What's going on, guys? This is just a little screen printing video on how I do my rice paper prints for some of my skim boards. Now these are used under a layer of fiberglass with epoxy resin for some of my wave skim boards. As you can see in the clips, the paper, it basically goes very clear. I wouldn't say it goes 100% clear because on a darker surface you can still usually see a little bit of it, but it does go very clear, dissolves away, leaves for a perfectly smooth, nice finish under the fiberglass, and that's what I print these specifically for. Quite a cheap, easy exercise for myself because I have all the gear. I obviously have the screen printing set up behind me. I've got some yellow and some black here, which are just a water-based screen printing ink. Very quick and easy. Clean all the gear with water, which is definitely probably an advantage over plastisols. You've got to move a bit quicker because it is all cured by air. You certainly don't want to put any heat to it. You certainly don't want to put any heat to the rice paper, as you can imagine why. So nothing goes through the dryers. It's just basically pulled off and left, and then all cleaned out with water. So I'll run a few prints through for you now and you can see how it's done. Right, before you get into this, the paper you probably will not be able to see on the camera, but has a glossy side and a matte side. That is the matte side there. The print has to be printed to there, and obviously just lay out like you usually do, like it was a t-shirt or whatever. The screen's ready to go here. I just have it taped up because it's just this image up the very top, just a large OXS. We'll do some yellow, do some in black. Now I know I have seen videos on this before that a lot of people use a vacuum table, which is just to keep the paper down. As you lift the screen up, you want to keep the paper stuck down. Obviously you don't want it stuck to the screen, but with a tiny little bit of spray tack on here, I find that it has the exact same result. The only probably disadvantage to that would be with a couple colours, you know, like a 2 or 3 colour print, something like that. You may not get quite the same result, but that's when I'd look into a vacuum table. But for this, with just a single colour print, it works fine, so that's all I use. One thing to remember, that I certainly have to remember when working with this ink, is that because it's not a plastisol and it's cured by air, you can't just leave the lid off it for an hour because it'll start going off on itself. So you have to remember to put the lid back on and wet the screen out as you're actually printing. And now for the black. As you can see with black goes on very easy. Like most times you print a black or paint anything, black goes on very nicely. So it's just one quick pass. Lift up carefully, because if you pull it too fast you can rip the paper, and of course it's done just like that. Flat out. Done, just like that. So there's a bit of a video how-to on how I do these rice paper prints for my skim boards. You can check out the full lineup on my website, which is oxsskimboards.co.nz. There's a link in the description down below. Please hit this video with a like if you did, of course, like this video. Even if you didn't like it, hit it with a like because it does help the channel grow. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. Check out all my other videos, there's plenty of information there. I will see you next time. I'm Sam Price, thank you. And the first installment of Shit Beach Toys. I'll leave you with the beach.